If you're like me, every once in a while, some object in your life just seems to disappear. Your house keys, car keys, wallet, backpack, laptop just aren't where you thought you left them. This is a SmartTag. The purpose of a SmartTag is to help you find your lost items. Until now, looking for a lost item with a SmartTag attached has been an electronic version of Marco Polo. However, with the introduction of a new technology called ultra-wideband, Tile, Samsung, and Apple are changing looking for an item from a game to a science. I'll show you the new SmartTags that are out there and help you decide which one's best for you. And we're starting right now. Hi, I'm Orman Beckles, aka TheHiTechNomad, and welcome to another video. On this channel, you'll find easy to understand videos covering the basics, as well as tips and tricks on cell phones, computers, smart home devices, social media, apps, hardware, and more. So, if you want to learn how to make technology work for you, start now by pressing the subscribe button and be sure to click the bell icon so you don't miss a video. Be sure to stay till the end of the video where I'm going to show you a different type of SmartTag that you can use to make sure that you never lose your luggage again. Or at least you'll know where it is. This is the latest evolution in SmartTags, Samsung's SmartTag Plus. Let's briefly look at the history of SmartTags. Now, I've always been losing stuff as far back as I can remember. And that's why in 2013, when I saw a Kickstart campaign for a new company with something called a SmartTag, I was very interested and backed the campaign. That company was called Tile. And while today there are many companies selling SmartTags, Tile is currently the biggest kid on the block, with over 15 million tiles in use around the planet. Back in 1990, the U.S. Army Research Laboratory started developing a technology which would be known as ultra-wideband. Henceforth, I'll just refer to it as UWB. It uses a set of ultra-wideband signals to locate an object. It's kind of like radar, and it can be very accurate. In fact, it's as accurate as 5 centimeters or 1.9 inches. In 2019, many high-end phones started shipping with special UWB chips in them. However, they weren't turned on. That's because they were planning ahead. They knew what was coming. It's like many television shows in the 50s and 60s that were filmed in color before there were a lot of color TV sets. They wanted to make sure that they were all set so when they started selling color TVs, you'd have something to watch. We're going to try and see if I can find this tile. My wife has hidden it someplace, but I don't think she was really into it. I don't think she hid it all that well, but it should be enough for us to figure out what we're going to do. It was the one that was on my car keys. I'm going to click on the button, and of course it says it's not within the range of the phone, notify when found. And now that's relying on others who have the Tile program to go by wherever it is. I'm going to walk around here a little bit. And every so often I'm going to ask it to try and find it again. Okay, now it says, hey, you're kind of sort of in the area of it. I'll dismiss that. I'll cancel that. And nope, nothing. All right. All right, I don't see anything. Let me try and... Nothing yet. And again, so this is kind of infuriating because you have to keep going in and out of the program saying, okay, I'm looking for it. No, I'm not looking for it. Now it says, okay, now it says nearby. So it's nearby here somewhere. So now I'll say find. And it says signal very strong, between strong and strong. But as you can see, it's not giving me any direction. But what it has done is it's actually playing the tone. And this is why I said this is like playing Marco Polo, because now I have to listen for this sound and try and see if I can find it. And again, it's not giving me any kind of a direction. But the sound is getting better. All right, and so as I said, we more found it by sound than we did anything else. Now let's see the same thing using UWB. I'm going to try and see if I can find the new Samsung Galaxy SmartTag Plus. I'm going to go into Smart Things, and I'm going to tell them I'm looking for my SmartTag Plus. It gives me a little map as to where it was a while ago. And now I'm going to click to search nearby. Now it says searching nearby. Now I'm supposed to move around while we're doing this. We're far enough away that it has no idea where it is, but we're supposed to start moving around. I'm going to assume that this one was hidden a little bit better, but who can but say? All right, we'll come back out here again. I'm going to assume it's around here somewhere. Now this is about where I was when it found the tile, and as you can see, it said I found it. It's around here somewhere. So now I'm going to keep moving around, and that's because it's using Bluetooth up to this point. Now if there were other phones with UWB around, it would have found it a little faster, but for right now, again, it still says detected my tag. Okay, we'll sort of walk around here. Okay, and about in the same place, it says signal's getting stronger, and as you can see on the meter, it is getting stronger. I'll walk this way. Stronger still. Oh, no, weaker. All right. Stronger, weaker. And again, this is at least a little bit better than just that blinking box. Apparently I'm getting closer. Okay, now you'll see it says put the phone, we're actually going to be able to use the phone now. So you can see I'm going to say find using camera, and I'm going to move around, and now see I have an arrow. The arrow is going to tell me which way to go. If I go over this way, which is not where it is, you can see the arrow says, hey idiot, back that way. If I turn around this way, you'll see it says, hey idiot, back that way. So I will turn this way. It says go forward. You'll see that little glowing green. It's trying to figure out where it is. And it says I'm within a 4-foot radius. And it also says that I now can play this tune. If I wanted to play the tune, I'll push the button. And there it is there. Now we'll try with Apple's AirTag, and I want to thank my friend Michelle for helping me. What we found was pretty much the same thing, that we were kind of given a strength, weaker, stronger, and that was a little bit more directional than the tile, but not as much as the Samsung SmartTag Plus. As we did get closer, it gave some numerical 5 feet, 3 feet away, and as we got closer still, we did finally get it to give us an arrow that pointed us in the right direction. You'll see that pop up on the screen in a second. In terms of you see the arrow. In terms of finding the tag with the augmented reality, I'd have to give the plus, if you'll excuse the pun, to the Samsung SmartTag Plus, with the Apple tag coming in second and Tile not having any of those features coming in at third. Now let's take a look at what happens when an item is lost, far away from you, or stolen. Henry, can you explain to us how it figures out where the item is?
I'd be happy to. When a device that has a tag is marked as lost or stolen, it's not truly by itself. Unless it's on a plane or in some restricted area of an airport, there are bound to be cell phones close by. Let's look at how each of the smart tags handles this situation. Samsung's smart tag can be detected by both Android and Apple, provided that user has loaded the SmartThings app on their device. The percentage of phones that meet that requirement is low at the moment. The same is true of the Tile SmartTag. However, in this case, users must have the Tile app loaded on their device. Since there are a lot of people using Tile, there are more devices capable of locating your device. With Apple's AirTag, every phone running a current version of iOS is looking for AirTags. Every iPhone. This decision has caused a fair amount of controversy because users have no way to opt out. In addition, as proof of concept, some people have hidden AirTags on knowing participants and have been able to track them just fine over the course of the day. In response, Apple said they would add a feature to let you know there is an AirTag nearby that is not yours if it finds that is with you for some length of time. However, Android devices can't detect the tag, so if an Apple person slips it in the pocket of an Android user, they will be none the wiser.
I said if you stayed till the end, I would show you how to never lose your luggage again, or at least know where it is. This is called the GeGo, and the GeGo is another type of SmartTag. This works anywhere on the planet. After it is charged up, which lasts about a week or so, it has its own built-in cell phone. You push the button, it blinks a couple of times, and then it blinks green to let you know that it is connected with the system. And at that point in time, you can continuously track it through the app or through the website as well. I've used it in the past. It shows me in the plane, taking off, it goes to sleep. And then when it comes below 10,000 feet, it wakes itself back up. Your monthly subscription or pay-as-you-go subscription will allow it to connect to whatever cell signal happens to be around. It's a really great way. And we've actually used this a couple of times. We were in Berlin and our bags came off and we were waiting an hour and we were like, where the heck is the bag? And we could see that it was still in the plane. They had not taken the bags out of the plane. So that was good for us to know. While Samsung can claim the victory of announcing their product first, Apple can claim the victory of getting them into customers' hands in the US of A first. Now, rumor has it that Tile has plans for their own UWB tag, but has not officially confirmed this, and there's been no timeline given or released. In conclusion, which tag you use is pretty much going to come down to which phone you have. For example, if you have an iPhone, then it just makes sense to use AirTag. You're going to find your item if it's lost. It works pretty well. And of course, that's why Tile is so upset. Tile is still a big contender, however. There are still a lot of people who are using Tile, and Tile is supposed to be coming out with their own UWB tag. If you have a Samsung device, I would say go with the smart tags at the moment, especially if you're just always trying to find your items around you, leave your keys in the house or whatever. The Samsung Smart Tag Plus is going to make it a lot easier to find those missing devices. So, do you see a smart tag in your feature? Let us know below. We appreciate every subscriber, every member, every donation. Please check out the ways that you can help support the channel. Remember, we also have a podcast, and we now have a members program, which is growing. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And until the next time, this is Orman Beckles, a.k.a. the High Tech Nomad, signing out.